Hello, we're the Pape family. My name is Chad and my wife Cynthia, and our 4 children, Rebecca, Brian, Jonathan, and Stephen, were sent out of Woodlawn Baptist Church in Bowie, Maryland, where my wife and I were both saved and had the privilege of serving on staff under Dr. Ron Fenwick and then later Brother William Tyson, until the Lord called us to be church planting missionaries in the country of the Dominican Republic. When we arrived on the field in 2014, we began working alongside of Steve and Noemi Sidler, who have been in the country for well over 20 years, working in the town of Quitasueño de Jaina, which is just outside of Santo Domingo, the capital. When we started working in the church, we started working with different ministries, including the choir, the junior church and teens, and also the soul-winning outreach of that church. We're so thankful for the exposure and experience that God gave us while working alongside them. After our first year on the field, the Lord moved us to work with Josh and Joy Wesson in the section of the capital Santo Domingo called Maximo Gomez. They had been working there for 10 years in the church that they planted, Iglesia Bautista El Faro, which is Lighthouse Baptist Church. Looking back, we can see that the timing was of the Lord. The tragic drowning accident of Brother Josh Wesson in the summer of 2015.
I thank the Lord for the Pape family, for their Chad and Miss Cynthia and their children, for the great blessing that they have been to us here at Lighthouse Baptist Church in Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic. Our church has been through a lot these last few years, and Brother Chad and Miss Cynthia have gotten right on board and led the work forward at a very difficult time. I would just like to say thank you, Brother Chad, for your love and dedication to this ministry, for Miss Cynthia, for the love that you've had for the ladies, for the young people, being willing to have them in your home, counsel them, just the faithfulness of your family, always on soul winning, on visitation, on bus route, and just the great work that you've done with the children here, and just seeing how especially the children's ministry has grown, the youth ministry, the faithfulness of the adults in the church. I just want to say that we love you and appreciate you, and thank you for the investment that you've made in this ministry. We will miss you, but our hearts, our love, our prayers go with you in your new work that the Lord's guiding you to do in Nagua. God bless you and thank you.
Since we've arrived here in the Dominican Republic, one of the great blessings for me has been able to watch my family grow spiritually and see them take part in the ministry that God's given us. Each one of the members of our family has a part in what we're doing here. All 3 of the older kids have their own bus routes. Rebecca has had the privilege of starting a brand new route in Iglesia Bautista El Faro with another teen girl of the church. They're in a neighborhood called Santa Cruz, an area that hadn't been reached, and it has grown to be the largest bus route of the church. It's a great blessing to see new kids, new faces showing up, people being saved. But Brian also has his route in a town called Faramuebles, and Jonathan in Sol de Luz. All of them have a part in the music ministry, Rebecca in the deaf with signing. And it's just a great privilege to serve the Lord as a family. As we come to the end of this ministry that the Lord's allowed us to be a part of, we look ahead to what the Lord has for us in the north. We knew ever since we were called to the Dominican Republic that we would be going to the north to plant churches. It's an area of the country that has not had the exposure to the gospel as the South has. And through much prayer and scouting of many towns, we've settled on the town of Nagua.
On top of one of the peaks in the town of Nagua, and as you can see behind me, it overlooks just down into the sea there, on the North Shore in the Dominican Republic. And the town of Nagua is a town of about 80 to 90,000 people. Bustling town, it's growing. This is kind of a development we're in here that they're still building on. As you can see down below, there's a large Mormon church down there, which is pretty much par for the course here in the town. There's every kind of religion. All the different cults are here already. Catholic Church is here. There's one other Baptist church. It's a Baptist church we just found out about. Other than that, there's no other church here that we know of preaching the gospel and teaching sound doctrine. So this is a town, Lord willing, that this fall we're moving to start our church, and so we appreciate your prayers as we are moving forward with the Lord.
As we turn this new chapter in our ministry, we know that the work is great and that we can't do it alone. And so we continue to ask for your prayers and your financial support of our ministry here in the Dominican Republic. We're so thankful for what the Lord has done over the last couple of years in our ministry, but we're looking forward to what God's going to do with us in the town of Nagua, the souls that will be saved, the church that will be planted, and the ministry that's going to go forward. We're also excited about Jeff and Pamela Polanco, who will be joining up with us and forming this team effort that we're going to have. Working together side by side with Jeff and Pamela is something that our family has looked forward to for the last couple of years, and so we're excited about them. Please pray for their family as well as their finishing deputation. Thank you so much for your continued prayers and support. May God richly bless you.